Bukas dapat palagi ang ating isipan sa mga pagbabago na naidudulot ng teknolohiya. Sa larangan ng map reading, ang GPS ay isang tool na napakalaking tulong sa ating pagmamap reading. Ito ay gamit sa military at gamit na rin ito ng mga sibilyan. Karamihan sa sibilyan sa mga iba't ibang bansa ay may mga sasakyan na may GPS para kung saan sila pumunta ay ituturo ng GPS kung saan sila liliko at saan sila pupunta. Bilang mga squad leader, kailangan na ikaw ay master din ng GPS dahil magagamit mo ito sa iyong pagmamap reading at para ikaw ay hindi mawala. Asahan namin na dahil sa lesson na ito, ikaw bilang isang squad leader ay magiging marunong at bihasa sa GPS para palagi mong magawa ang iyong misyon sa tulong nito.
Colonel Edric G. Padilla, ODAS 9191, FA GSC, Philippine Army. Currently, members of the faculty of the Army Command and Staff School, FEDOC, Philippine Army Station, Fort Bonifacio, Makati City. My subject is Global Positioning System. The scope of my presentation as shown. Background. Normally, it is easy for us to find new places in the build-up areas as long as we know the address, as well as in the mountainous areas with the use of our map sheets and Lensatic compass. However, in unfamiliar place with unmarked name or number of streets, even with map sheets, for sure, it will take so many minutes to locate our desired location. And most especially, if we are in the desert where no reference points, we can easily obtain our position. In 1991, during the Gulf War, the coalition forces managed to move to various destinations in the featureless desert without being lost. This was possible with the use of their newly high-tech equipment, the so-called GPS. Accordingly, with the featureless desert, their issued map sheet was like a clean sheet of paper with horizontal and vertical lines only. GPS, which stands for Global Positioning System, is the only system today able to show your exact position on the Earth anytime, in any weather, anywhere. GPS is a satellite-based navigation system made up of a network of 24 satellites placed into orbit by the U.S. Department of Defense. GPS was originally intended for military applications, but in 1980s, it was made available for civilian use. At present, GPS is almost as basic as the telephone. How the GPS works? The GPS consists of space vehicles or satellites, GPS receivers, and ground-based control. There are quite a number of satellites out there in space. They are used for a wide range of purposes: satellite TV, cellular phones, military purposes, and etc. Satellites can also be used by GPS receivers. The basis of GPS is triangulation from GPS satellites. These satellites are used as a reference point to calculate positions accurately by triangulation. They emit continuous navigation signals to the receiver. With constellations of 24 satellites on orbit on the Earth, 5 to 8 satellite vehicles can be visible to the user from any point on the Earth. GPS receiver units are made to communicate with GPS satellites to find out exactly where they are on the global scale things. GPS receiver measures distance using the travel time of radio signals. Radio waves travels at the speed of light, roughly 186,000 miles per second. With the microprocessor on the GPS receiver, it can compute for first, position given in geographic, universal transverse Mercator, and military grid coordinates. It can also compute for velocity and bearing given in kilometers per hour, miles per hour, and direction in degrees and mils for artillery. It also computes for time, the time of arrival, the time of any part of the world. Also compute for distance in meters and in kilometers. Also elevation and altitude. Moon data, either full, half, or quarter. This is used for fishing. Sun data, compute for the sunrise as well as sunset. There are two specifications of GPS receiver. According to its accuracy, we have the SPS and PPS. The Standard Positioning Service, or the SPS, are used by civilians worldwide. This has no restrictions from the Department of Defense of USA. Actually, what we are using now in the armed forces is SPS, or the Standard Positioning Service. SPS predictable accuracy. For horizontal accuracy, the accuracy is within 100 meters. For vertical accuracy, the accuracy is within 156 meters. And 340 nanoseconds time accuracy. Now, let's go to the Precise Positioning Service, which is the PPS. They are used by US and allied military, certain US government agencies, and selected civil users, specifically approved by the US government. The PPS predictable accuracy, 22 meters horizontal accuracy, 27.7 meters vertical accuracy, and 100 nanoseconds time accuracy. Now, the ground-based control stations. Satellite vehicles are controlled by 5 systems tracking stations located around the world. The master control facility is located at the Shiver Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, while other control stations are in Hawaii, Kwajalein, Ancession, and Diego Springs. These monitor stations measure signals from the satellite's vehicles, which are incorporated into orbital models for each satellite. Who are the GPS users? We have the police and emergency medical services, firefighters, map makers, science researchers, air traffic controllers, airline pilots, rented car agencies, automobile owners like in Japan. About 0.5 million cars carry GPS-based auto navigation system, and any individual can buy SPS receiver unit. When the use of GPS, we can navigate day and night even without compass and map as long as we knew the grid coordinates of the waypoints or objectives. Tips on the use of GPS unit. First, initialize your GPS before using to conform with the map data. This will improve accuracy of grid coordinates position. Our GPS receiver is set to WGS 84 map data default. WGS means World Geodetic Survey. Therefore, we have to reset the map data on our GPS, either Luzon, Philippines or Philippines, depending on the map sheet we are using now. As much as possible, there must be no overhead interference to acquire good signals from the satellite vehicles.